Mathematics grows exponentially fast, and new ground is always being made and broken. And as time goes on, mathematics plays an increasingly large role in how the world works. This is ever more apparent in the wake of the information age. We've seen how Turing invented the first modern computer, his Turing machine, although the idea of a computational machine is centuries old. To begin, the idea of an algorithm was the first inkling of computing, and it's existed since antiquity. All an algorithm really is a finite sequence of rigorously defined instructions that's used to solve a problem or to compute a value. One of the most famous ancient of which is the Euclidean algorithm, which calculates the greatest common divisor, the GCD, of two positive integers, and it goes like this. Take two positive integers, a, b, where a is greater than b. Then get the remainder r of a divided by b. If r is equal to 0, then b is the GCD of a and b. If not, replace a with b and b with r, and repeat the previous step. Eventually, this will return the greatest common divisor of a and b. The first algorithm that was intended for machines was written by Ada Lovelace in 1843, based on the earliest theoretical computer, or an analytical engine, by Charles Babbage. The most influential mathematician, however, in the science of computers was Alan Turing. As mentioned before, Turing invented his Turing machine to solve the halting problem, and he showed that his computer was capable of implementing any algorithm, no matter how complex. As a result, every single computer used today is actually just a Turing machine at its core. Turing helped build the first computers and used them to famously decipher the German Enigma code. If he had not deciphered the German messages, the Second World War is projected to have lasted for another couple of years. However, he was thoroughly abused due to, at the time, legal homosexual acts, and thereby his genius was lost to the world at age 41. The idea of an intelligence in machines is just as old as the theoretical machine built to compute it. One of the first ideas formed of this artificial intelligence is that of an artificial neuron, which is built to imitate a biological one. The predecessor to many modern artificial intelligences involving images is an early form of an artificial neural network, an ANN, called a perceptron. The name is a fitting portmanteau of perception and neuron, which describes a neuron that takes as an input a matrix or a grid of numbers representing colors, which in turn represents an image. It then uses linear algebra to process that image by, say, classifying it into groups of animals or symbols. Turing, as the father of artificial intelligence, proposed what he called a learning machine. He stated that such ANNs could potentially learn and become intelligent using methods of learning similar to us humans. As a result, he devised his Turing test to determine the degree to which a machine could be called intelligent, based on whether an interrogator could tell it apart from a human in conversation. Fast forwarding half a century, machine learning, which, let's not forget, is simply mountains of mathematics, and self-taught algorithms are vicariously controlling our lives. Its intelligence has surpassed humanity in various fields and has, by the start of this year, just barely managed to create recognizable images. A couple of months later, various free softwares have been developed, which are able to render almost any text prompt. Perhaps Turing's dream of a machine mathematician who can learn and think and solve is not that far off. Another mathematician interested in the field of artificial intelligence was John von Neumann, who studied structures of self-replication. From this, he created the field of cellular automata. This is a computer with elements called cells, each in a certain state, that are connected like a lattice with neighboring cells. States are computed from previous states using predefined rules. This idea is used to study artificial life and echoes biological evolution, whose constructor and instructions, DNA, was discovered years later. Inspired by the results of von Neumann, mathematician John Conway created his game of life, which is overwhelmingly simple. First, there's a 2D grid of cells, either alive or dead. Any live cell with fewer than 2 live neighbors dies, as if caused by underpopulation. Any live cell with 2 or 3 live neighbors lives on to the next generation. Any live cell with more than 3 live neighbors dies, as if by overpopulation. Any dead cell with exactly 3 live neighbors becomes a live cell, as if by reproduction. The rules are simple, yet the mathematics behind it is fascinating. Watching this algorithm work, one is always surprised at the patterns that show up. In fact, even in such a simple game, it is impossible to predict what will happen in any initial state. Familiarly, it's therefore impossible if any given combination of initial states will keep on going indefinitely, or repeat itself, or die out. This is because, practically, it is a Turing machine, and it follows the rules of mathematics. These cellular automata, because they follow simple rules, can be used to simulate physical phenomena, such as gas and fluid dynamics. This is possible because they are able to simulate Turing machines, and therefore can perform any possible calculation. This fact has led to Turing machines to be called universal computers. What this means is that, say life, the universe and everything, is simulated by computations, then that intelligent life will have no way of knowing whether it's run on a theoretical Turing machine, on punch cards, in Conway's game of life, or on a modern Windows PC. This goes on assuming life can be simulated, a slightly disturbing concept toyed with by philosophy, the practical sciences, and pop culture alike. The original title of this episode was to be Mathematics in the Future, and now I'll elaborate on something important, not just for mathematics. The internet, an invaluable resource. The information age has caused exponential growth in data and research, and the knowledge of mankind, as well as free, open access online maths education. These include Khan Academy, Brilliant.org, and various YouTube channels such as Numberphile and 3 Blue 1 Brown, each dedicated towards both teaching mathematics and inspiring it in more people than ever. The beauty of mathematics is well complemented by the beauty of the heavens. We return to the infinite above and below, from seeing patterns in the sky to placing men on the moon. The wonder of space has been a constant in human history, and in our modern exploration of the void will require precision and the ingenuity of mathematicians to guide us. So, what's in it for the future of mathematics? Who knows? But I'm sure there will be enough to uncover for the years to come. Thanks for watching.